Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for October 24th through November 7th. Before I get to the forecast, we're going to talk about the tropics. We have this lone tropical, non-tropical low here located. What is it? 1,004 miles east of Bermuda, 1,400 miles east of Bermuda, and it has winds of 40 miles per hour, but it's non-tropical. And this system is forecast to move rapidly westward and could move over warm waters and acquire some tropical characteristics later next week. But right now, the National Hurricane Center only has a 20% chance of development. And then we look at the 5-day cone. This is where it's projected to go. Whether it affects the East Coast, this is days away. We'll be still watching it as it goes ahead. We'll take a look at the satellite picture of, oh no, that's something else. Here it is. Here's the low right here. And it'll be watched. Now, we can still get tropical cyclone development during this time of year. You can see this is as we go to the later part of October, and these are the areas of origins that they have developed, and that system is in the area of that typically produces a system during this time of year. And then as we get into November, we can still get some tropical development. All right, so we're still watching the tropics. That, like I showed you, this is the satellite images of the tropics. There's still other tropical waves. Here's one back here. So that bears watching if it comes to the Mid Atlantic or Southeast coast as we get into next week. Okay, we're going to get to the forecast now. This is for the period for October 24th to the 28th. And our pattern remains the same. We have a ridge here over Hawaii into the East Pacific, trough here in the west, ridge here in the east, blocking going on here. And this trough will, the western trough will progress eastward as we go through time. Now, during this time frame, we'll go to the maps. We will have this system here exiting the northern plains, the northern states, and this will bring wraparound snow and precipitation to parts of the northern plains. The east central states will remain mild through next week, and energy will push into the northwest and then into the Rockies to produce precipitation into the northern plains. You can see this system right here, and then we watch that move in. And a trail in front may tap into moisture from Mexican landfalling Rosalind. It could tap into some moisture down here to the south and bring some moisture into the southwest. We'll have to watch that too. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for October 29th through November 2nd. And the flow remains generally the same. Trough in the west, ridge in the east. And however, the flow will be a little flatter compared to what was back here. You can see there was real pronounced ridging and troughing. Here we have southwest flow. But as we get further into the period, it's still southwest flow, but it's a little flatter. So the model's a good agreement on this. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for below normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be about 4 to 8 degrees below normal, above normal temperatures here. Calling for anomalies to be near 5 degrees above normal for precipitation. Calling for above normal precipitation here. Probability of occurrence is near 35%. Below normal precipitation is forecast here. And for this region, probability of occurrence 35 to 40%. Now, as we get into the next period, I always, like I said, I always like to see what's going on over in Eastern Asia. See if I have the map. Okay, right here. And during this time frame, there still remains a ridge here over Eastern Asia, translates, and teleconnects with a ridge in the east. So with this forecast period, I'm calling for, we go through the period. We still have below normal heights across the Gulf of Alaska here. And however, they're a little weaker. They weaken as we go through the period. And the flow trends to more zonal with positive height anomalies here across eastern Canada and the Northeast. So I'm calling for this forecast period above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies to be about 4 to 8 degrees above normal, greatest anomalies here. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. And for this region, probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. Below normal precipitation forecast here, probability of occurrence is near 35%. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion for October 24th through November 7th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.